Peace. Happy Saturday. It's been a little while. Welcome to Dictation. All right. How everybody doing? You know what I'm saying? Just PD Ice. Chilling at the pad, you know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking about the president in the impeachment and everything that's been going on since my album dropped 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I guess nobody listened to my album. First of all, for the longest time, politically, I've been telling everybody that the system doesn't matter. It's not real. I mean, it's real to an extent. However, we get so caught up in personality that we can't see that the same thing is happening to us. I mean, it's in my album, on my first song, I Hate to Lose, I say, it really doesn't matter who the president is. All 44 been reading the same script for years. Barack Obama was the president at that time. He was the 44th president. I included him in all the presidents reading the same script for years. So, I mean, to me, it's always been bullcrap. And that's just my personal opinion. You know, so I don't vote. I've never voted, you know. And so for all this time, you know, ever since Bill Clinton, that's when I was old enough to vote my first time, everybody was saying, you know, hey, you should vote. Your people fought and bled for the right to vote. If you don't vote, you don't matter. You know, they say all these things, and, you know, your opinion, well, I don't want to hear your opinion. Your opinion doesn't matter because you don't vote. You know, and they say all this stuff. And I don't buy it. You know, my opinion does matter. You know, you don't have to agree with it. However, it does matter. I've discovered a pattern in the election, you know, that I've seen and noticed since 1984. I've spoken about that before briefly, but what it is it's the pendulum swing of the Democrats and Republicans, to where you're going to have 8 years of a Democrat, 8 years of a Republican, 8 years Democrat, 8 years of Republican. In my lifetime, to my memory, with the exception of Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, because that was a 12-year period, you know, and then you have, anyway. So, but ever since then, the pendulum's been swinging back and forth, you know, and it seems most likely that we will have an 8-year president in Donald Trump. And then after that, it'll be a Democrat. You know, I think the Democrats, the smart ones, have seen that, and they try to counteract that. And we're thinking that Donald Trump was not going to be the president because of the person of Donald Trump and how he was perceived by everybody to be such a clownish type of individual before he became president. Because nobody took him seriously. Only a handful of people took him seriously, you know. And me looking at the whole system as a joke, oh, of course, Donald Trump. Why? Because it really doesn't matter who the president is. All 45 been reading the same script for years. So anyway, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Same plan, you know, that's been going on, you know, being controlled, the puppet strings, you know, on some conspiracy type tactic. It's the same thing. And you know, everybody saw Donald Trump as a joke, and I'm like, you guys need to pay attention because there's a lesson in this. Because you can look at it from the perspective of if it's real and if it's not. If it's real, well, Donald Trump is the president. You know what I'm saying? Well, if it's not real, it doesn't matter that Donald Trump is the president. You see what I'm saying? It's So anyway, I'm not a voter, you know, and the election of Donald Trump is one of the things that just it makes my point. It makes my point because I'm looking at the history as far as I can remember, concerning the presidential election since 1984, you know, and according to my pattern of the pendulum, the next president after Barack Hussein Obama was going to be the Republican nominee. It was like 17 people. And out of those 17 people, Donald Trump won the nomination. I said, Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States. Not because of anything that he says, not because of anything, except for because I believe this whole thing is fake and it's a part of the script. The same script that all 45 have been reading for years. Because it's written by somebody. You know, because they're just reading it. They didn't write it. They're just reading it. So you can't be mad at Donald Trump. He's just reading the script. You can't be mad at Barack Obama. He's just reading the script. You can't be mad at George W. Bush. He was just reading the script. You can't be mad at Bill Clinton. He was just reading the script. Now, nobody told him to go to the Oval Office and, you know, smoke cigars. That's something different. Which brings me to Donald Trump and why I think this whole thing is real. Or the outrage. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other thing. It's the outrage. That's what let me know that y'all ain't been paying attention. You know, all you people that are woke now, y'all wasn't woke 20 years ago. Because if y'all was woke 20 years ago, you'd realize that this whole thing is fake. It's not Russians. It's the script. Russians is just the excuse that the people who don't know that it's the script made to explain why they lost because they believe it's real. Because you voted, right? Because you believe it's real. Because if you didn't believe it's real, why would you vote? It's like watching wrestling. When I found out wrestling wasn't real, I stopped watching it. If I want to watch something that I know that's fake and I know it's fake, I'm gonna watch MCU. I'm gonna watch Marvel. I'm gonna watch Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's fake. I'm like, it's fake. I don't know. Well, yes, I do. So anyway, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. Whew! Oh my gosh. I liked him. I before he was the president. So why would I not like him after he's the president? You know what I mean? Anyway, since the whole thing is fake anyway, and Donald Trump is the president, or he was running for president, I'm laughing because everybody was telling me to vote. Vote. Hey, participate in this fake stuff. Watch wrestling with me. Hey, spend your money on this wrestling ticket. The Rock's coming to town. Steve Austin's coming to town. Let's go spend, I don't know how much tickets are because I never watch wrestling. Let's go spend $40 on a wrestling ticket. Go down to the Wells Fargo and watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Let's go down to the sports arena. You know what I'm saying? And watch the wrestling. Let's go spend some money and watch wrestling. Let's go do that. No, I'm not finna go do that. I'm not finna go vote because it's fake. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. You know? And everybody like, you need to vote. You need to vote. Okay, you know what? You need to vote. All right. So now I need to vote. If I believed in it, I would have voted for Barack Obama in the beginning. But then he followed the script. And because he was talking off script. When he ran for president in 2008, Barack Hussein Obama was talking off script. But then, as soon as he got up in there, they gave him the script. He started reading. Donald J. Trump, off script. And that's why everybody's mad. I was watching Fox News one time. I think it was Sean Hannity. And he had Newt Gingrich on there. And Newt Gingrich said about Donald Trump that the Republicans didn't like him because there was this group called the Never Trumpers. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that don't watch Fox News, when I asked them, have they heard of these people called the Never Trumpers? They said, no, they didn't hear nothing about that. You know, because I guess they thought that all the Republicans, all the evil Republicans were all in line. You know, and that's what it seems like is going on with the Democrats or the mindset of the common people. But, you know, Newt Gingrich was saying that the Republicans weren't with Donald Trump because he wasn't initiated. You know, and this goes back to my conspiracy homies from back in the days, you know, that was talking about all this stuff back in the 90s when we was watching VHS tapes and everything. Wink, wink. And, you know, they were saying, well, if he gets elected, it proves that he was initiated. Okay. I understand that that's the talk, but knowing how the person who opposes you feels about you from not talking to you, and how people from opposing views can vilify the other side so easily, you know, it's sad. This is the part about humanity that really makes me sad, because we can't ever look at people that have differing views from ourselves as other people who kiss their grandma, and you know what I'm saying, who, you know, go fishing or play 2K, or, you know, they're regular people. You know, if they have different views, they're evil. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all these years people were telling me to vote. And so finally, a candidate that says some stuff, or you know what, that makes me pay more attention to the elections that I ever had. You know what I'm saying? I was entertained, you know, and the things he was saying, what it seemed to me, he gets what I get a lot, was it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, and that's a lot of the problem with, I think, people have with Donald Trump, really, is the same problem that people have with me. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm not a politician, you know, and neither is Donald Trump. He's a businessman, you know, so his job was always, can it get done? You know, not who I got to schmooze. You know, do you want this money? You know, so from that perspective, I thought that if it's real, if I was going to vote, if I believed in it, that's the man that I would vote for, similar to when people had ideas of voting for Ross Perot in the 90s. Because he was a businessman, you know. There was that aspect. And then he was not an insider. He was not a politician. He was, you know, the shaker, the rocker of the boat, you know. And so I was like, man, yo, watch this. Because I don't believe in it anyway. So to me, it was just entertainment. It was World Star. Watching the election became World Star for me. It became my reality TV, you know. And then watching how all this whole thing played out, it just showed me and let me know how gullible McFly is. You know, it's like watching Bamboozled and the whole audience is in blackface saying "nigga." You know what I mean? You know, it's like Footloose when Kevin Bacon goes to the dance that's out of town and everybody's sitting against the wall and he says, "Let's dance!" And all of a sudden everybody just starts dancing. Woo! You know, Orange Man bad. Now, the Bill Clinton impeachment at minute 16. The Bill Clinton impeachment. That was funny because, you know, before then, I looked at presidents like they should have a higher standard. You know, they should live or hold themselves in a higher regard, you know, because they're the leader of the country. They're the ones in front of the camera. They're the ones that got to go talk to world leaders and things of that nature. So I was like, okay, Bill Clinton. And then the Lewinsky scandal popped up. And then they wanted to impeach him for lying and all this old stuff. And the funny part about it was what all the people that supported Bill Clinton at the time were telling me was, hey, can he do the job? It doesn't matter what he does in his personal life, you know. So they let me know that when it came to Bill Clinton, that we weren't looking at character. So I'm like, oh, my bad. So all this time we weren't looking at character. And then I thought about the things that I heard about Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, and the player that he was, you know. And so I said, all right, well, I guess Bill Clinton was a player too, you know. So fast forward 3 presidents later, and here comes Donald Trump. Oh my gosh. But we're not worried about character no more, right? We're not worried about character no more. Oh, but we are. Oh, but we are. Oh, but we are. Yeah, now we're worried about character. You know, people would even say stuff about Bill Clinton. Oh man, president should be in the Oval Office getting hooked up. Really? Wow. All right. That's your standards. If you're gonna have a standard, you might as well have 2, right? You know, and it's just like that's what I see is like people, man, their memories is short. You know, their memory is real short. But like Shaka Zulu, I like to call myself the great elephant. You know, I got a long memory. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to say. It's been a long time since I made a video, and I wanted to change it up a little bit and talk about something that's really been on my mind. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. You know, so all the fellas, you know, let's keep it pushing out there. Do some push-ups, some dips, some crunches. Take a lap. It's getting brisk out there. Take a little walk, warm, nice brisk walk. You know, and let's keep that blood pumping. Keep that mind stimulated. You know, and let's try to make today better than yesterday. And if we keep doing that, we'll have a better tomorrow. You know, and tell your loved ones that you love them. Give a hug to the ones that need it. And we can never be defeated. And if you don't like what I have to say, you can always open your mouth and let me know how this dictate. Leave a comment below. Peace.